Hey guys, in this video we are going to create responsive progress bar slider. So here it is, and if I will just click on this next button, you can see the progress bar is filling, and again next, and the progress bar is completely filled now. We cannot go further next. So again, if we'll go to previous, it's going to decrease the progress bar, as you can see, and this is fully responsive. If I will open it on mobile, you will see only one card. Okay, and then it's going to work as it's expected to. So this is what we are going to build today. I hope you guys are excited, so let's get started. So I'm here and I'm going to open my terminal. So I will write npx create next app slider dash yt. We don't need TypeScript for this project. We will use ESLint. Okay, okay, so our Next.js project is ready. We will now install Tailwind and React Silk to begin with. So let's get started. I will just cd into slider yt folder, and then I will write code dot to open my VS Code inside this folder. My VS Code is here. Okay, so first of all we will copy the images from our old build. So inside pages, inside public, we have these 4 images which I'm going to copy to the public folder. Okay, looking good. Now let's go and delete some stuff which is home.module.css. We are going to delete this. Okay, and now we will go and set up our Tailwind here. So for setting up Tailwind, we have to do Tailwind CSS get started, framework guides, Next.js, and this one we have done. We will do this step. Okay, now go copy this, go to tailwind config.js file, this is this one, and replace everything with this and save. Now go to global.css and apply this, remove everything from here and write this and save. Now we will just do npm run dev, but before that we are going to take this one and I will go to pages folder. Inside I'm going to delete API folder. We don't need API, and we have this here. Everything inside main I'm going to delete it, and I'm going to just paste this h1, and we don't need nothing like this. Okay, and now we will do npm run dev. server running at port 3000. Let's check. Okay, so our hello world is underlined here. It means our Tailwind configuration is successfully working. So now let's go and install React Silk. So for React Silk, I will just write React Silk, and we will go here in the documentation, and here the docs, and we are going to copy these two lines and copy this inside the head tag here. Okay, good. We will take a main and wrap everything inside this main. We will do this next. npm install React Silk. React Silk is the library which we are going to use for our carousel or slider, you can say. Okay, so it's done now. Now what we are going to do is we are going to remove this hello world, and instead we are going to write our team, and we are going to have some style for this, which I am going to copy paste because it's just a simple Tailwind CSS, nothing more. Just text center and then text size and font bold, stuff like that. Okay, so our team is here. Now let's go back and close this terminal. We don't need it anymore. Now we will go and we will create a custom component called my slider, which I'm going to use here, and inside here we will create a folder called components, and inside here we will create my slider.js, and I will do RAFCE to quickly create this component. Oh, I have misspelled it, so I'm going to delete this, and again I'm going to create my slider.js. Okay, and RAFCE. So this is it. Now I'm going to do control space here to auto import this from components directory. Okay, let's go and see if it's working. Yeah, my slider is here. Now I will go to the global.css and give some style like body overflow x hidden and main padding 60 pixel. Okay, for now this is enough. Now I will create a component called card. So I will do card.js and RAFCE. Okay, good. Then I will accept a image props, and what I will do is just a background color and a shadow of XL. Okay, now again we'll take a div, and inside this div I will take an image, and for class name we will take height of 250 pixel, width of 100%, and object fit, object cover. Okay, and this will take this image, and alt will be just dp for now. Okay, then we will have another div, and this div will have a class name of flex dash call gap of 4 and padding of 20 pixel. Again we will have a div, this time we will have a h2, and we will do a class name of font bold, and we will write here team member name. Okay, looking awesome. Now we will take another div, and this time we will have just some lorem ipsum text which I am going to copy paste. Okay, and then we will have an anchor tag with read more button like this. Okay, now this my slider component is going to use that card, so I'll just render the card here, and let's see what we have. So we have something. Okay, this is the dp, we have not provided the props, that's why it's not showing up here. If we will provide the props, okay, now it should work. It's showing the image here. Okay, if we will provide another image, we can see it's changing. Yes, it's working. Okay, so our card is ready, so let's go back. In my slider we will have something called data, which will just hold the images. So we will have this. Okay, this data, we just hold the image address. Okay, and then we are going to map through these images inside our function. So let's go and map here data dot map element as well as index. Okay, and we will return a card component with key as index and image as element.img. Okay, now let's go and see what we have. So we have these images rendered right now currently. Okay, looking good. Now we will use the react silk slider. So React Silk slider. For that we are going to give this a class name of relative. We are going to import slider from React Silk, so just do like this, import slider from React Silk. Okay, and inside here we will take slider, not a self-closing tag, slider, something like this, and this map will go inside this slider. Okay, looking good. In slider we'll expect some settings, so we will just spread setting. Okay, and we will have something called settings here, const settings equals, I'm just going to copy paste the setting because it's a lengthy one and I don't want to waste a lot of your time, so I will copy paste and explain what we are going to do here. Okay, so this is the setting which we are going to use. So we have arrow true, means it will show us the arrow. Okay, we have infinite false, and we have a speed of 500 milliseconds, and we want to show 4 slides per page, or you can say per on a screen you will see 4 slides. Okay, and we will scroll 1 slide per time, and we will have a next arrow and previous arrow. For that, for now let's just comment this, and we have this responsive section. It says that on a screen of 1280 or below it's going to show only 3 slides, on a screen of 1000 or below it's going to show only 1 slides, on a screen of 650 and below it's going to show only 1 slides. On 1000 it's going to show 2, and on 650 it's going to show 1. Okay, and after changes I'm also going to comment it for now. So let's go and check. So we have something like this here. So we want to give some gap between these slides. So how we are going to do it? We are just going to use simple normal CSS trick to give the gap between these slides. So we will go here and go to global.css, and in global.css we are going to write something like this. So silk slide direct div, we are going to give it a 30 pixel padding from left and right, and we are removing the left margin from first element of the slide, and we are just uh, uh, giving margin right to minus 30 pixels at silk list. Okay, so this is how we can give the gap, and it's going to give this gap. You can see you can increase or decrease the gap, just like if I want to double it, so I will go 60 and minus 60 here, and it should give me more gappings. Okay, so this is how we give gaps in silk slider. If you don't know, it's really easy stuff. Okay, so let's go. I'm going to stick with this 30 here. So now we are going to create this next and previous arrow at the top. So for that we are going to go back to the code, and I'm going to create a component called next arrow and previous arrow. Okay, so I will do RAFCE, and I will take the entire code from my code base and paste it here. So we are going to use something called BS chevron right. Okay, so this icon, it's coming from React icon, which is not installed yet. So we are going to install the React icon package. So for that we are going to just do npmi react icons and hit enter, and it's going to install React icon for us. Okay, so same thing we are going to do for previous icon as well. So for that we are going to do prev arrow.js, and here we will write prev. Okay, and instead of right we are going to use left, and here also left. Okay, this should be right now. We will go back to the index.js, and here we are going to go back to, sorry, not index, my slider. So here we are going to uncomment this previous and next, and we are going to import this also. Import next, import previous. Okay, now let's see what we have. So we have one icon here. Okay, but not the other one. Okay, okay, now we have the other icon as well. Actually the icon were collapsing on top of each other because of this right and the top value. So I've just copied and pasted so that we don't have to waste too much time fixing this normal CSS bug. Okay, so this is here, our icon is here now, so it should be working. If I click it, yeah, it's changing the slides. Now we are going to create the progress bar, which is right in below this buttons. Okay, so for creating progress bar, we will go back to our code first. So let's go and index.js. Inside index.js we will create the progress bar. So we will go to the index.js and sorry, not in index.js, inside my slider we are going to create the progress bar. So we will go to my slider and we are going to go below this and then paste this. This is absolute and this one is relative, so it's absolute according to this relative parent. Okay, so we have to just comment this one here for now. So let's go and see. Yeah, our side progress bar is here. As you can see, the gray line going here. So this is it. Now we are going to go create this pinkish line, which we are going to fill this requires something called progress, which I'm going to explain in a minute. So for this to work, we are going to keep a state called progress and set progress. Initial value will be 0, so we will just do const progress set progress equals to use state, and I'm going to import use state from React. As you can see here, it's importing from React. So if I will see now, this is okay. If I will just give it some value like say 50% or like say 50, then it's going to show us a half filled progress bar. So this is how this progress will work. So on the click, every time when we click on this button or we drag through the cards, it's going to call an event called after change. So on after change, we are going to determine how much percentage we are going to put in our progress bar so that we can fill it. Okay, so this is what we are going to do today. Okay, so this is it. Now we are going to uncomment this one. So this is on after change, and this will give us the current slide. Okay, so what we are going to do here is we also have to keep a state called slide to show. This is how we are going to calculate how many slides to show. So this is not very hard, it's actually easy. So it's we are going to do const slide to show set slide to show equals, again use the state, and by default we are going to say 4 slide is the default slide, as you can see here also. So now this is what this doing, what is that on after change we will be given a current which will be the index of the current slide, which will start from 0 up to 7. It's going to go because we have 8 items in our array. As you can see, this is the 8 items, so we will be given 0 to 7 index. Okay, so what we are going to do, what we are doing here is we are calling set progress, which is this here, set progress from react to react use state. Okay, so set progress callback function which we are going to use here. So we are going to pass 100 divided by data dot length, whatever the length the slide have, and minus slides to show plus 1 times current plus 1, and this is how we are going to determine the percentage. So and then we are going to setting the percentage into set percent. So and then this progress, sorry, set progress, we are going to setting the percentage into set progress, and this will update the progress here, which will update the width of this inner div, which is the going to show the as progress indicator. Okay, so this is how it's working. So if I'll just reload this page and then I'll just go here, then you can see it's already working, but it's not correctly working. That's because we are not giving the right value here. So start should be 0. Okay, now if we will reload, this is at 0 now, and if we go change the slide, we are going to get 1 here. Okay, and then again, and this is filled right now. So this is how we have created the progress bar. So let's go and make it responsive so that it works on other screens as well. So to make it responsive, we are going to use a use effect. We're going to call a function called const set slides, and this function will do what is it's going to check for various conditions and set our slide to show to a different value. So if the screen inner width is less than or equal to 1280, or it's greater and it's greater than 1000, then it's going to set slides to show to 3. Okay, and again it's if it's greater than 1000 and less than 650, oh sorry, less than 1000 and greater than 650, it's going to show us the 2 slides, and otherwise if it's less than 650, then it's going to show us 1 slide. So this function is not triggered right now. So to trigger it, we are going to use effect. If we use effect again, I'm going to import it from React. Okay, so it will be an empty dependency because we want this to run only first time. Set slide, we will call this function here and evoke it, and then set progress, and we are going to say 1000 divided by data dot length minus slides to show plus 1. Okay, that's it. And then we will do, if someone resizes the window, then we will attach a event listener, add event listener on resize. So if anyone will resize the window, it's going to call the function called set slides. Okay, so this is how our use effect is working. So if we'll reload the page, we can see we have these 4 slides right now, and if we will just go next, it's working fine. So if we resize the window, it's going to show, it should show us lesser slides. So let's make it even little bit bigger until we have these 3 slides. Now we have these 3 slides, and we reload the page, we have 3 slides. Okay, so now it's working on the 3 slides. And if we resize the window, now we have 2 slides. And if we reload the page, we have 2 slides, and it's still working same in the case of 2 slides as well. And if we resize the window even further, now we have just 1 slide. And don't worry about this about our team and our arrow is collapsing. We are not caring about that too much right now, because we are only focused on our cards. Okay, so just ignore that one. So if we scroll, click, then it's working, and it's hopefully it's working on in every situation, guys. So this is what this tutorial was all about. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and hope to see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Meet you in the next one.